let's do it. And props to the vendor for getting it right out to me. Right on, Scott. We'll be back. Keep them coming. Guitar Scott. Look him up. He's always got good stuff. And here we have a Rex Mars female in metallic blue to go with my Rex Mars female in white vinyl, along with the lovely Carol Carlisle from Space Patrol in gray vinyl. And I was actually thinking, you know, what were the companies that made the standard size 40 to 50 millimeter space figures? And there's actually very few. Tim Mee Toys, with their Galaxy Laser team, I blame this pose the lovely Dr. Chandra Lakes with her plutonium energizer invention. Gemodels, or Gem, also had what are arguably females. I say those hips are made for childbearing. There is an effective argument stating that they are not intended to be females. But I racked my brains, and I think that those were the only two real standard production. You can still find Gems recast as cake decorations, and of course the Galaxy Laser team is a staple of space toy collecting. MPC, as far as I know, the only space female that they cast during the classic era was Venus from Fireball XL5. And I'd hardly call her a standard production figure. She might have been in 1963, but these days that's a rare find. Next to her is Hella, the computer coordinator from a vintage Kinder toy egg, and even she is not standard production. Britains had females in their standard production. There's a female. Now I've seen that head on her body, but I think that that's a female face and that's a male face. So I've kind of swapped their faces. That's a male there. That's a human female with an alien raider female, and then this gorgeous, I'm sorry to use the word, but sexy alien raider pilot. That's definitely the most appealingly feminine space figure form in my collection, other than maybe Chandra Lakes here by Tim Mee. And if you can think of any others, let me know. I definitely want to check them out. And I'm talking like standard playset plastic figure, not specialist, not action figures, just plain plastic female. Now, of course, we've got an issue here with this new Rex Mars female arrival, in that she needs a helmet. The girls on my ships get the helmets. Here's the rest of my Rex Mars collection, or at least the 40 millimeter Planet Patrol, and we're gonna take a helmet from one of the guys that actually removed helmets from those two. I'll explain why in a minute. But she's now gonna get this helmet, and the Rex Mars helmet does have a front and a back. You want to have the part with, I guess, the cross symbol facing the front, unless I be mistaken. So there, she's all set. Girls on my ship get preferential treatment, so she gets a helmet. I've kept the helmets on these three guys here. He's spacewalking, so he obviously needs a helmet. This one came with a helmet, so I'm keeping him as it is with his hose. And this guy here with the I guess it's a plutonium energizer module or something like that. He gets a helmet as well, just for safety protection. I know that that's probably supposed to be a Geiger counter. I get radio out of it, though. Why would you be listening to the radio in a vacuum? So they don't need helmets. Those guys are talking on walkie-talkies. You're not using a walkie-talkie in a vacuum, so they don't need helmets either. These two both came with helmets as well, but an interesting thing I only realized after looking at them the other day, one of them has a base, one doesn't. I believe they were breakfast cereal premiums. They would have come separately. They wouldn't have come together. So to a degree, they're mismatched by one of them having a base, the other not having a base. The only other Tom Court or Rex Mars, whatever figure I have, which does not have a base, is this guy here with his walkie-talkie. Back here next to them are two Tom Corbett figures. They're also Rex Mars figures, but they're definitely wearing Space Academy garb, and they're not wearing spacesuits, so they don't get helmets either. And I think the one on the right is Tom Corbett. Guy with the microphone is Astro, I think. Maybe? I don't know. And these guys are also earlier Tom Corbett Marx pieces. They were originally cast in the gray rubbery vinyl, as those are. And I'm not sure if they're meant to be interacting that way. I've seen them on the Marx Lane website, amongst other places, as interacting, and it just seems like a fitting way. He also, the one that's punching forward, he does not have a base. So I've only got 3 of these Rex Mars or Tom Corbett figures without a base, and I got these aliens back out again too. I was under the impression that if they were cast in a waxy green, they were Operation Moonbase. They originally came in the gray vinyl, along with these two fellows here, and then were cast in these other colors for the Rex Mars set. But I got these 3 in after I got the other 4, and the difference in their plastic is striking. And I'm wondering if, like this guy here in blue at the end, he was a breakfast cereal premium. Are some of these breakfast cereal premium figures and some Operation Moonbase figures? I'm not sure anymore. I don't know. I've only seen reference to them in green as for Operation Moonbase, but just which green I'm not sure. It's supposed to be. It's very different. Even the guy here at the end with his arms folded, he looks like he's even kind of a mid-shade green between them, where the robot and the diver there crouching, those are very bright, almost translucent green. He's a little bit darker, and then these are darker still. And I don't know. I know that they were resized down a little bit, or I thought they were for Operation Moonbase and then casting green, and I may be incorrect about the provenance or etymology of those figures there, and I'm open to learning just what they may be. And again, I hadn't realized that they turn up in completely different kinds of green, and so I'm confused, and I gots to know. I want to understand what these things are so I can talk about them as I use them in my art. These will not end up in collages or anything like that. These are all going to be used as photographic subjects. Some of the females back there, the Tim Mees, might end up in actual pieces, or I'll get more of them. There, you can still get brand new Tim Mee sets today, but the Rex Mars Planet Patrol era is long over. And I got my other female, and she's got a helmet, and we're good to go. Gotta have your girls, huh? You gotta have girls. Especially if pulp science fiction is a sort of departure point for how the images are composed together, trying to find ironic juxtaposition. Gotta have some girls there in the helmets, good to go. And I'll show you what I do with them. Cheers.